Hi everyone, and again thanks for being with me. I'm going to investigate, look at, think about, ask you a question about Trump that to me is pretty relevant, but which has come about because I've had a number of people on my comment section advocating for Trump, which is fine. Do your own thing. I don't really care too much about that. And I'm always curious as to what it is that those people see in Trump that is particularly enticing. What does he do? What does he say that causes you to think that he is the best solution for the United States? And in fact, what you think is the best solution for the world, because I'm a bit confused about that one as well. So I've been thinking about then asking you this question. What if Trump did this? So there are many things that Trump says that he is likely to do, which he may or may not do. Now, I accept the fact that a lot of what he says is crap, most of it, in fact, but there are some things that he may implement. Now, I'm not going to have an argument with you as to whether he will or he will not implement some of these things. I'm just saying that what happens if he does, and would that change your perspective of him if he did do some of the things I'm about to suggest to you? So I'm asking this question, I guess. What if Trump did this? And so I'm going to list some of the things that I think Trump may very well do. So one of them is that he might imprison his political adversaries. So what would be your response if he did that? If he locked up Pelosi, for example, or Adam Schiff? What would your response be if you... Now, the question really is he able to do that? Is he able to find a way to manipulate the law in such a way? Well, he could, because he could abandon the Constitution, which I haven't got in this list here, but which I could put. So one of the other ones could be, what if he abandons the Constitution? But if he imprisoned his political adversaries, where would you stand on that? If you used the military against protesters, so if he shot at, maimed, or even killed protesters who were protesting against some of his policies or just him in general, how would you feel about that? Would you say that, well, that's okay, so he should? Why haven't they done that in the past? Should be a way that America just runs their country. If someone disagrees, shoot them. So what do you think about that one? Cancelled the broadcasting rights of networks who challenged him. Do you think that he should be able to do that? Should he say, well, look, I don't like MSNBC because or CNN because they disagree with what I say and they're critical of me. So I'm going to find a way to dispense with their license so that all I'll have is Newsmax, Fox News, whatever. I'll only have those that are friendly to me. Would you find that acceptable, to do away with any challenging narrative to Trump? Is that what you would like to see actually happen? Rounding up and deporting millions of immigrants, as impractical as that may be, what would you think if he was able to do that? And these are not necessarily, these are people that have sought asylum in America because they're escaping from whatever horrible, horrible situations and possible death back in their own country. So even though they've entered illegally, they have sought asylum, and just because of the colour of their skin, are you okay about them being deported back to their original country? Or what do you expect to happen to those people who cannot go back, like Cuba? Those people, Cuba will not accept them. So what would you do with those people? Do you accept the rounding up of millions of people, up to 11 million people, and just exporting them, deporting them out of the United States? Would you find that okay? And what about withdraw from NATO? NATO's kept the Europe relatively secure since the Second World War, would you be okay with the United States withdrawing entirely from that and suffering from whatever may be the subsequent results, such as Russia becoming more interested in Poland and other countries in and around the Russian border? Is that what you, to create some instability within Europe? You'd be kind of okay with that, yes or no? And as a result of that, abandon Ukraine. Would you see that as being a viable attitude or a viable policy for Trump to have? Is that something that you would find agreeable? Build an alliance with Russia. Is that something also that you think should be done, that would be really helpful to the United States and to the rest of the world? In other words, provide an opportunity for them to take over Ukraine and destabilise that whole region and to make Ukraine the captives of Russia. Is that kind of what you think would be a really good idea? But get a trade war with China. Definitely on the cards, that one. You tried it once before. Is that what you'd like to see? This battle between China and the United States over products and things that you need, that China, perhaps in many cases, is the only country that can provide them for you. Would you like to see that develop? Would you like to see China, therefore, look for other countries around the world that they could trade with, as opposed to the United States? Is that something you'd like to see happen? Because that's likely on the cards as well. And also gave tax cuts to the wealthy. Is that something that you think would be really, really helpful, again, to increase the national debt by trillions of dollars by offering these tax cuts to the wealthy? Is that something that you would agree with? So let me know what you think about all of those things. And I could have had a list that was much more expansive than just that. But at the end of the day, these are the things that Trump may very well implement, and which will impact you to some extent. And are you prepared? I want you to go through that list and just let me know, yes or no, whether you agree or disagree with that list. Do you find that some of those things are acceptable, and some of them you might, in terms of, I certainly understand abandoning Ukraine, you might think that might be a good thing. Beginning a trade war, you might think that's also a good thing. Withdrawing from NATO, you might also think that's a good thing. And even though I would disagree with that, I'm kind of understanding of that. Round up and deporting millions of immigrants, though, one wonders about the wisdom in all of that. And there are some other issues as well. So let me know what you think in the comment section below. And remember to subscribe to my channel and ring the bell. That would be very helpful. In the meantime, thanks for being with me. Take care, look after yourselves, and more importantly, be safe.